Yes guys, just heading out to do a session with Mark, the videographer. Gonna go down to a cafe, get some reels filmed for client transformations, and then gonna get some running content, some video content, some good photos as well. So it's 8:30, it's gonna be quite hot, but it should be a good time. So yeah, today we're filming client transformations. So the posts that I'm doing at the moment is on Instagram. We'll post the visual transformation, like the before and after, and then we'll swipe left, and then there'll be a video of me talking about the client instead of doing reels, just for something different, so that you get the visual transformation and then the context behind it. So I think we're doing 5 today. So 2 physique transformations, like body fat loss results, and then 2 performance transformations, because we are still very much pushing both sides of the business: physique development, fat loss, body composition improvements, and then we have some clients that are chasing down performance goals. So for example, the 2 that I'm doing today are marathon results, a 3:07 and a 3:04. Obviously they do intertwine, and we do have a lot of clients who are working towards performance goals and improving physique, but a massive part of the business, and to be honest, most of the clients that I work with are more physique composition improvements clients. But yeah, just really important to consistently get those results out. I think that's why a lot of coaches struggle, because 1, they don't have the results, and 2, they just don't shout about their clients enough. So that's something that I'm really trying to push. I'm really trying to not necessarily grow the brand Instagram account as well. Obviously I have my personal account, and then I have the athletic aesthetic coaching business page. I just want to really put a lot of effort into that content, so that if people are thinking about working with us, if we're speaking to them in the DMs on Instagram, they go on that profile, it just looks absolutely sick. It's just value packed, full of training, nutrition related content, and then obviously client transformations as well, because I think that's like the big thing in the industry at the moment. Like, people just lack trust, just because there's so many coaches messaging them, trying to get them on sales calls and stuff like that. So I think you really have to not only stand out with like good quality content, which is why I invest a lot of money every month into actually working with a proper videographer, but also showcasing that you can actually get good results as well. So yeah, that's the main focus, and I try not to overcomplicate my own content at the moment. Just consistent client transformations, consistent training and nutrition value, and then documenting my own journey. I think that's all we need to do to grow the business. Don't change anything. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. I do put reels up each week, like viral reels, the ones that could potentially go viral, but it's not really a big focus of mine, to be honest. But yeah, just gonna head down there now, and we'll probably spend about 90 minutes to 2 hours getting this content. I'm gonna do all the reels first, because I don't want to do the video content first, because I don't want to be all sweaty when I'm speaking to the camera, and then we'll get some good running stuff too. So we just finished up shooting some content there, but it's so windy today that we didn't do the talk and reels, so we're going to do those on Thursday morning instead. But we got some good running shots and some good running videos as well, so I'll insert some of those clips in the vlog.
We got some sick running shots.
This is our routine. We go for a coffee, have a look at the photos, and transfer them over. So that's a successful morning of content creation, wrapped up with Mark. As I mentioned in the last clip, it was too windy to get the talk and reels that I had planned. I had 6 client transformations that I was going to talk about, but we're going to meet up on Thursday morning and do that instead. We're going to do it in the apartment to just make sure that we can get that done, because I really need to be getting that sort of content out. It's super important for the business, as I was talking about earlier. Went down to the pool, got my non-negotiable 45 minutes of sun, but I always do work when I do that. Reply to clients. I was actually following up on a load of leads from like old inquiries, old calls, stuff like that, people that had kind of gone dead. And we actually booked 3 calls in within like an hour. So that just shows you the magic of following up. It's so important, whether that's, me doing it manually myself, whether that's having like an automation system in place, or a setter or someone doing it for you. But yeah, really important. I've got 3 calls tonight. 2 of them actually just booked in like earlier on today. So I've got a much more busy evening than I thought, but I'm going to digest my food. I just had the same meal that I had in the last vlog: protein powder, 0% fat Greek yogurt, blueberries, honey. I'm gonna let that digest for an hour, go and hit my push session. I'm not gonna video it because 2 vlogs ago I did exactly the same session. It was on a Tuesday. Then I've got two of those calls, and then I'll have dinner, and then I'm going to try and get in the sauna just to promote that recovery. I haven't been in the sauna for the last few days just because it tends to take a lot of calls in the evening, and sometimes I can't be bothered to go and do that. But yeah, so that's the plan. And tomorrow is my birthday, so going out for dinner tomorrow night and be out all day on Saturday at a beach club with some meals out. So I'm pulling back quite a lot this week on calorie intake apart from those days just to prepare for that. Average calories from last week I think came out at actually a little bit more than I thought. It was 3,200, and I remember in the last vlog I was saying that it would have been around 3,000. That just goes to show that like even someone with a decade of tracking experience, I actually ended up eating more than I thought I did. So that's why it's so important to track your nutrition regardless of how long you've been doing it, regardless of whether you think you know what you ate, because I clearly didn't. And I was saying that on one of my client check-ins today to one of my female clients who had not really been tracking for that long, and she took a few days off and she thought she was close to her target, and I just kind of like just shot her down. I was like, look, you don't have the experience to do that just yet, so I would recommend tracking more often. So I definitely am this week. So with the exception of tomorrow and later on the week, I'll be consuming around 2,700 calories for the days this week apart from those days. That'll bank me around 1,500 to 1,800 for those 2 days, which will allow me to go higher if I need to. But I think I'll probably lean down a fair bit this week. Felt like I was holding on to a little bit of water weight today off the back of last week, but that's what happens when you eat more calories than you maintain, so you hold on to water weight there. So not worried about it. But anyway, I'm going to crack on with this work now, take those calls, hopefully get a couple of new team members, and then go from there. And I might vlog some of tomorrow, but it is my birthday, so I'm going to take the afternoon off. Very, very sweaty start to the day. It's my birthday. Starting the day with a savage interval session. Just finished there. 2 by 1.6k, so 2 miles at a 3:45 to a 3:50 pace, and then 3 by 1k at a 3:35-ish pace. Some of them were 3:40, I think. 2 minutes rest in between reps. I was going to do this on the treadmill, actually warmed up on the treadmill, and I just could not be bothered to just stare at a wall and kill myself for 40 minutes, but went outside and did it instead, and good breeze on the canal, and it's not actually that hot in the shade, so it was totally fine. Probably would have gone a little bit quicker if I was on the treadmill, but I'd rather stay outside. And I'm not sure if I've mentioned it on the channel yet. In fact, I don't think I have, but I've got a little bit of might have mentioned it a couple of vlogs actually, a little bit of patellar tendonitis. I think I might go and see a physio in a couple of weeks. I've had it for like the last 3 months in the half marathon prep. It's basically just a little bit of discomfort on my patella when I'm running, but I would say when I'm running it's genuinely a 1 out of 10, and it sometimes aches in the evening if I'm sat down for too long. And the interesting thing is it hasn't actually gotten any worse since we've been doing all this running. I would say it's actually gotten better, but it's just not going away. And obviously it's 3 weeks till Hyrox, so I'm still getting all my sessions done, but I'm just trying to minimize the time on feet. So I'm cutting my warm-ups down just to reduce overall volume, but I'm still getting the important sessions done, like all the speed work and the longer runs. But yeah, I'm not really sure. I might just take a couple of weeks fully off running after Hyrox, but that'll be difficult for me to do because I really enjoy it. But I might just go and see a physio and get their opinion on it, because from what I've seen online is it's just a little bit of inflammation which can be solved by just taking some time off and taking some ibuprofen, which I have been doing. But realistically, I'm still running 30 to 35k a week, and 2 of those runs are pretty fast, like interval stuff. So yeah, it is what it is, but I want to clean it up and get rid of it so that I can actually base build over summer to then go on to a marathon prep in November. I've got absolutely no chance of running a sub 3 marathon if I don't have a good 4 to 5 months of base building through the summer. So I need to get rid of it and start bumping the miles up to like 50k a week to just get a load of aerobic volume, because that's probably the one thing that I've been missing over the last, I would say, 8 months is aerobic work, because we've been prepping for Hyrox, we've been prepping half marathons. it's a good amount of speed work, but it's not enough zone 2. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So I'm going to go in. I've got a call with one of my clients, actually his birthday as well today, which is funny. And then I've got a check-in to do, an onboarding to do, and then that's me done for the day. But yeah, check in later on. Yes, guys, it is Monday the next week. I can't remember the last clip that I filmed for this video, but basically had my birthday beach club session on Saturday with my friends. Didn't video a thing. It was just really nice to like turn my phone off and not take a camera and just have a good time and, without sounding cliche, be present. There was a few drinks consumed on Saturday and a lot of food. I think my average calories for the week came out to 3,100, so I would have been bang on target if we hadn't gone a little bit over on Saturday, but that's life, these things happen. But I'm happy with composition, considering I'm feeling pretty lean. But now we are less than 2 weeks away from High Rocks, and I'm basically I don't think I'm going to run until High Rocks. I might do like a little shakeout run. I'm just going to really try and clear up this patella tendonitis that I think I might have. And if it doesn't clear up, I'm going to go and see a physio. Like it's probably a 1 out of 10, but it's just annoying me that it's not getting any better. So I'm going to pull the running, and to be fair, this would be a good time to do it because we're tapering for High Rocks anyway. I think we're still going to do a simulation workout on Friday, but I'm probably going to do the assault bike instead of the run, again, just to take pressure off it. One sec. So with that being said, obviously expenditure, just cooking some eggs if you can hear that, expenditure won't be as high over the next couple of weeks because we're tapering. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to dial in the diet a little bit, drop the calories and speed up the fat loss process. So I'm aiming for just over 2,700 calories per day at the moment. 2,700 calories per day at the moment, which will probably be a decent deficit for me, hitting the usual 12,000 steps, so it should lean up a fair bit this coming week. And we've got to be looking shredded for that High Rocks photo at the end, because that's going to be obviously on our feeds. And then after that, I'm hoping if my knee starts to improve, I can start to drive the weekly mileage up, and I'd really like to get my weekly mileage up to 45, maybe even 50k, but that's the reason that I'm kind of pulling back a little bit with the running now, so that it can get better and then I can move forward. And from a strength training standpoint, I'm really addressing my programming and just making sure that every lower body movement I have in there is really just going to complement my running. I'm not training like a bodybuilder anymore for lower body training anyway. Like I still do a lot of RDLs, split squats. It's obviously going to stimulate hypertrophy and build strength there, but basically barely do any machine work in the gym now. The only machine work that I'm doing is calf raises and hamstring curls. The rest of it is all quote unquote functional movements, but that's where I'm at. So we'll be leaning up this week hopefully. And I've always found when you pull running out of your routine, because it is quite a fatiguing activity, physique always improves and looks a little bit tighter. Business work is going well too. I'm hiring for a new performance coach for the team. So if you know anyone that wants to work for an online coaching company, let me know. But you must run, you must lift, and you must be in fucking amazing shape. And I just hired an administration assistant yesterday as well, which will be great because that will free up a lot of my time so I can focus on growing the business there. So everything's moving in the right direction. I'm about halfway through my check-ins this morning. It's 9:20, got up at 6 this morning, did some steps until 7, started check-ins, having my first meal now, my breakfast. And I'm going to do some more check-ins and then I'm going to hit the gym because we've got a busy day today. I've got 3 consultation calls later on. It's the 31st of March, so hopefully we can get 1 or 2 sign-ups there and finish the month off strong. But everything's moving in the right direction. I'd say I'm happy with the physique at the moment, considering I've been more social than I usually am. To be honest, I've drank probably 3 times in like the last 6 weeks, which is unheard of for me. But yeah, that's not going to be a regular occurrence. So just getting back into it today. Actually, I hate it when people say that. I'm not getting back into it because I was on it yesterday. But yeah, going to get stuck into these check-ins and we'll go from there. I might video some of my session as well.
Joe asked me to vlog, I don't really know why. But we're in the car. We're coming home from Dubai Hills Mall. We both bought some shoes. I bought some like ones for the gym. And he got some running ones, of course. What else would he have got? And we're playing Chris Brown because I got Chris Brown tickets. So happy. Me and my friends went to war today to get Chris Brown tickets and we secured the goods. So Chris Brown is going on repeat for the next 2 months.
Great. I'm not going.
Yeah, he wasn't invited. It's for the girls. So
it is Wednesday evening. I'm just driving to the mall to have a Nando's with the boys. Been making some great progress with the fat loss this week. I know it's obviously only been a couple of days, but definitely feeling leaner, really making an effort to get those steps in. Did a nice 12k run today. So update for the injury, I don't think there's actually anything wrong with my knee. What I realized was my left ankle calf soleus is really tight, so essentially it's got nowhere near the amount of range that my right side has. So essentially I think when I've been doing all this running and walking to some extent and lunging in the gym, walking upstairs, because the ankle's restricted, the knee is just taking so much of the brunt of the work. And I think over time, you know, thousands of steps, hundreds of kilometers, it's resulted in a little bit of knee pain. So essentially, long story short, I've been mobilizing my ankle, improving the range there, and I did a 12k today, a nice easy pace at around 5:40 per kilometer, which is pretty slow for me, pretty much pain-free. Probably a 1 out of 10 discomfort, and not even for the entire run, only for a few kilometers. So really pleased with that. So basically I just need to keep opening up that range over the next few weeks, and just make sure that it doesn't tighten up again, because that seems to be where the knee pain's gone. But I'd much rather that than actually have an issue with my knee, because that would be a lot worse. But anyway, everything's going well this week. I had an amazing month last month with the business. Hired an administration assistant on Sunday who I'm onboarding this week. Who's going to free up a lot of my time. We're building out some newer systems just to basically improve everything with the business, really, like the client management, the coach management. Obviously the service has been great for a long time, and it should allow me, as I say, to free up a lot of time so that I can spend more time, not more time coaching, but just solely focus on coaching the clients that I'm working with, helping the coaches, and doing the sales calls and marketing. That's really all I want to be doing. So lots of progress, but I'm enjoying it, and I'm enjoying the training at the moment as well. But yeah, I might take the camera, video the Nando's. If not, I'll video it on my phone. But calories have been lower so far this week, after a bigger couple of weeks averaging at around 3,100, 200. Average calories this week should be around 3,000 with an increase in activity, because I'm doing a little bit more running. So everything's moving in the right direction. Just need to stay consistent. So as I say, I'll check in at the Nando's, let you know what I'm eating. I've already calculated my macros for today. I'll be around 3,100 today. Been a little bit lower over the last couple of days. I knew that I was knew that we were going out for this meal. And 12k run today, I'll have hit about 18,000 steps. So I need to fuel up, because we've got a big lower body session tomorrow. I've changed my training split as well, but I'll update that probably in the next video. I feel like this video might be quite long. I feel like I've got a lot of clips over the last week, so I'm probably going to put them all together and get it uploaded either tonight or tomorrow.